Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Vele, and everybody else. Yeah, this looks like a very choppy market right now. If we watch the 4 hours, we have just choppiness, so not much to trade off right now. I'll say it immediately, this does not look something I want to be trading. You can all see it's just sitting here. Each candle goes inside the other one, so we can take out all the liquidity or just stay here the whole day. I'm gonna go over the trade from yesterday that I took to make sure that you understand why I took it. So this was my trade I took yesterday. I got a 1 hour out of it and I got stopped at break even actually. So TP1 was right here. I wanted to take full TP up here. I'm gonna go back in time a bit so that you actually can see what I saw at that point. So I saw a 15-minute shift actually once we saw here, we saw actually an infinite candle coming, and we didn't react immediately of this fair value gap. So because we didn't react of this fair value gap, I went into a 5 minute to see if we had somewhere uh, an entry place where I could actually take it. And I saw that we actually had a fair value gap right here, and we had a small void on this level. So I was actually coming online when this candle was forming. So when the candle was forming, there was like a small void right here. So we had a small opening, I believe in a 2 minute I could see. Yeah, see, here we can see it. On a 3 minute based, we can see it, a small gap. I was actually being patient until I saw the market move into it and I want to see how it reacted. So once the candle actually closed, I immediately jumped in this trade and I wanted to head it for that level. Now, I showed it somewhere when the market was already a little bit higher than this. I shared it in Discord that I entered along, but actually you have plenty of time to actually join that trade because we had a new 5 minute for value gap right here where you could have traded off to that same TP actually of mine. Let's go a minute to the front. So here we came back into the level. So here you could have entered on and put your stop at the same level or just at this wick and take that same TP. This was actually a decent trade, even only to this high. That was almost a 3R that you could have made. I ended with a half R because we didn't have a full shift and it was already against the movement of the market I actually wanted. Plus, there was still a 15-minute level right here that I actually wanted to see get tapped. So I ended with a half hour and I took 1 hour off right here and then I got stopped at break even. So the market went up, it tapped actually the level by a wick and then it went sideways for a long time. Didn't do anything. It slowly came back and here it tapped me out. It came back one more time to the level. See, this was just choppy market, so. And afterwards, I believe opening came at 3, and then the market actually flushed down, took out Asia, took out London's right here. We took out London at opening. We came into that 15-minute, and here we actually shifted back to the upside. So this was actually a part which you could have taken an entry to. Now back to the day. For today, I'll remove all my drawings for a second. I'm going to be very patient right now. We're just sitting here, nothing's happening. This is not something I want to be part of right now. Because we came, everything's taken out right now at the lows. So the only thing that we could aim for right now is previous day low. So you can see that the Christmas period is not the best moments to trade. So that's why I actually said there was not gonna be many streams. John, wake up, please, man. So let's go over what I see right now. We've been chopping. We took out highs and lows. Everything's taken out. The only internal liquidity I still see that we can take out right now is right here. That would be HLO, I believe. Yeah, that's HLO. So, or we are aiming for HLO, or we're just gonna clean up these voids here and start moving back up. What do I see? I see equal highs right here. So we got buy side liquidity, and we got some sell side liquidity inside. So we are ranging inside of it. So nothing is telling me yet that the market wants to move up. There is still liquidity pools below us, and there's a liquidity pool above us, and we're actually inside it right now. So that 4 hour just took out a low, nothing to tell about, just choppiness. Same that our structure did not hold. We had a fair value gap right here. We came in it. We're still holding, so this should be that stop if you are entering on a 1 hour. But still, I would recommend for everybody right now not to trade until we have a clear direction, because this is just choppiness, nothing that we can actually trade off. Good morning, Nicholas, and everybody else. So the only thing that I do see is now we're trading in a 5 minute for value gap, and this is the last part of resistance where we could change hands and go back to the upside. So are we gonna take out Asia low right here? Or this will be the part that the market wants to start moving back to the upside. But until we see a nice shift to the upside, there's nothing we can trade off. Or nothing that I would want to trade off anyways. Patience will be the key again today. We were here 2 hours in stream yesterday, and I only found it straight like a half hour, 3/4 an hour afterwards. I went walking with my dog, and I came back, and then afterwards I saw the movement happening. But before that, I didn't see anything. So same here right now. I don't see any opportunities right now to trade off. Nothing that I would like to put any money on. Let me say it like that. We did shift up right here, so we did make an internal break of structure. So that would be an ideal optimal level to enter to take longs off. The only thing is we've been chopping too long and we have FOMC today, so there is a big possibility that we just start chopping all day. For anybody that trades London today, make sure that you recognize when there is some news coming out. So today, that news is FOMC, and that's at 8 in the evening for us. So that's pretty late. I will be not trading at that hour anymore. Tomorrow is no trading day for me, so it's a 31. So everybody should take a chill day. Make sure that you have some fun instead of always being present in the market. Not always needed, but there's nothing really that we could do some. I don't want to be here for everybody that does wants to at least look at the market and make sure that we find something. But if we don't, be okay with it. It's definitely possible. In the meantime, I see that we definitely have some time. So I'll go take my first drink for the day and I'll be right here. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. So for everybody that's new here in the group, I'll send an invite for Discord. I'll put it in chat. So anybody that wants to join, you're always welcome. Still looks like it wants to go for the Asia low. Strong push down. So if anybody doesn't see that we're ranging right now, it's definitely unnecessary that you can see this for yourself. Make sure that you can. So we're actually ranging in this little part. So we had multiple levels tapped on the top side, and we have multiple levels tapping on the lower part side. So this definitely looks like it wants to go for Asia low first. If we tap Asia low and we see a shift to the upsides, we can take a trade off that. But until we do, it can go for Asia low and then take out previous day low immediately too. So we have both sides still open. So that was a quick Asia low. Oh no, that was just equal lows, not tapped. See if we can get any further. Okay, so that's Asia low right now. Do we go all the way to previous day low? Or do we have a shift right here? So that's now the biggest question that we can be patient for. If we do have a shift, we could take a trade to the upside, of course. Looks like the market does not want to stop yet. If we can get it all the way down to like previous day low, we can also have a strong move back to the upside. But for now, let's be patient. We just took it out Asia. We didn't have that big of a strength yet under it. The good thing is if we take out this liquidity, that we then actually could have a nice shift in direction. So we're now taking out all of this. So I want to see it. If we take it out everything and we can see the market flush all the way to previous day low and then have that shift, that would be an amazing thing to see too. Now we have actually the biggest opportunity because this is actually the biggest liquidity pool right now that we can go for. Then the market will definitely come back to that buy side liquidity to the upside. All what we can do now is just be patient. We cannot jump in. Nobody should jump into something if the market starts to move. So what can we do is now we had a full shift to the downside. We had a break of structure. So what can we do? We can set our flip tool out. We can watch and see where is that 50 level. That's all the way up here. So if we have like a small shift, we could take along all the way back to that 50 level and see if we can hit that. Afterwards, we can see how far we can take this. But I do prefer normal days to trade actually. So for me, it's the last day of trading from this year. So if we don't make a trade, I'm fine with it. I took a 1 hour yesterday. Oh, I did lock my trade yesterday. Let me do that one first. So yesterday we were the 29th. Hey, half risk. We had our 5 minute, 15-minute shift. 5M FEG entered. Okay, so that was one. That was a long. Yes, yes. So no shifts yet. It looks like it still wants to take up further. So we're not doing anything until we definitely get a clean movement that we want to see before we do anything. So this is nothing to trade off. We're just sitting here. So we can just as easily continue to fall down right here. So don't want anybody to see it trading right now until we have a very clear direction where the market wants to go to. Otherwise, you're just giving stuff to the market that you don't want to do. And that trade was right here that I took. This was this level. That was the what is it? What I was aiming for? I was actually aiming for this gap. And we actually never hit it even. So anybody in Discord knows I shared this one. The link is in for my Discord if you want to join. It's in the chat, so you can always join. Of course, you're more than welcome. The reason why I stop after 2 hours screen time is because otherwise I see too many too many candles and your focus lacks. So after 2 hours of screen time, you do need to do something else because otherwise your focus drops a lot after 2 hours. So I recommend for anybody that ever trades and stays on for a very long time on the charts, you do need to change how many hours you sit behind the chart. Okay, so the only thing that I can see that we could trade off right now or today at this point would be if we get to this area right here to take a short off. So this is like the only area that I could see that we could short off, and this is this high. That would mean that we had break of structure right here. Or actually here we had a break of structure. This is changing character to the downside. And if we take our flip tool, then we remeasure this distance that we actually made, actually from here. That will mean that our 50 level is right here. So anything in this area would be a nice way to short off. So it would mean this part actually. But there's a big possibility here that we shift to the upside, that we hit this level, and now we short back down. So I want to see this happening actually now. Not in the trade yet. Taking a look if we can long this back to the upside. So come explain also why. So we are actually ranging right here, but if we take that 4 hour, we actually made an enfingled candle right here. So that means that the market should shift to the upside. Same for the hourly. We had actually a bullish candle, a very nice one that made a new structure to the upside. So we actually here we changed structure, and this is actually the retest of that structure. The only thing I don't like is that previously low is just below us, but this should be an entry model on this 1 hour for value gap. It's a very small one right here. And all this movement down is still actually inside that hourly for value gap. Now we are actually, this is only like a 10-point stop. So if we take this, I'm gonna take this only with a half hour. I'm not yet in anything. And our stop should be below that 1 hour candle. We could aim for this high. That means that we could make, at least for that high, it's 2.7. So that's definitely a decent trade that we can take. But if the market decides to continue to the upside, it should come back all the way to this high. That's a 4 hour from here. I'm gonna take that risk. So I'm gonna enter with a half hour right here. So it's a half hour risk to the upside. I'm in a long with a half hour risk. Anybody that didn't get that, I'm in a long with a half hour risk. Stops are at this low, at 25,680. That's my stop. That's that hourly. This is that hourly scandal. So if we continue up right here, it should happen right here, or we're gonna take our previous day low. So That's actually the same movement that we had, but in a bigger time frame. So you could call this like a break of structure to the upside, and this is a retest of that level. We actually had lucky that we had that internal liquidity already swept, so or it's going to take out everything, and we are on the wrong side of the market, but that's okay. Half our risk is definitely doable. Or we are on the right side of the market, and we can actually make a nice decent, at least the 1 to 4 to 2R out of this with only a half our risk. So when the market starts shifting to the upside and we see a clear movement and some for value gap coming back down, we probably enter another half R and move our stops up. But that will be in the next 15 minutes. So it's just before open. So if open takes me out, I'm okay with it. It's just a trade. I have to follow my plan. So this is actually an entry model that we should take from here level up to go continuing. So this is TP1. That's on 25,726. Make it 25 and a half so that you have it. So that's my entry. So that's the trade that I'm in. Everything's on the screen. So anybody has some questions, you can always ask. And now all we can do is be patient. This is just in alignment with a bigger time frame that I did this trade. So we are actually trading inside this gap. We took out, we didn't take out all the lows yet, so that's great to see actually. We're still in this gap. We came in an hourly for value gap. We took internal structure out, so all the market starts to shift right here. Well, it's gonna flush and take everything out. So if we're correct, we rather see us in the green and probably will not have to come back to our entry. It just starts to move. When open comes and we are actually up a bit, I'll probably put my entry, my stop to my entry because open can swing and take out this low again. And then I don't want to be part of it. But for now, this looks good. Mainly because of the higher time frames, not because of the internal, not because of this time frame actually. This made a break of structure to the downside. So if it makes a retest, it will come to that level and then flush back down. And there is also a second reason why I only took a half hour risk is because we are actually in a choppy market. So I don't want to be, I want to have my TP instead of that other one. So now we came in a 5 minute for value gap. So I want to see it push right up here. And a 15 minute too. So I do want to see it continue right here. Excuse me for that. It's already a changing character on Mess, I believe. Oh, did we drop further down? Yeah, we actually took everything out on Mess. Oh, Mess took out the low again, so that's even better to see. There is a possibility that we go back up to fair value of price right now and then drop further down. So once we get to the fair value of price, I'll definitely take some profits off. So now, just be patient, be okay with any outcome that comes. It's part of trading. Not all trades are correctly, not all trades are good ones, and not all trades always play out like we plan it. We just have to be patient. The end result will always be okay. This is TP1. The reason why is this is the first structure moving to the lows. So this is again the first candle that actually shows a down structure movement again after a break of structure the first time. We had a retest. So this is the first candle moves down. That candle's body is your TP1 always. If you want to trade continuation payments, this is actually reversal, but still the same. If you want to trade those continuations on a bigger time frame, that was a continuation from here. If we trade that, we always want to take our first TP at the last candle's high of the break of structure movement. So this was a down movement, this is a break of structure. So if we retest it, we should come back all the way to that level. So we can see right here, the 50 level is here. So I want to see, do we hit above it? If once we hit that 50 level, I'm going to put my stop to my entry because that is that most important level that the market can immediately shift back down. I don't want to be, like I said, I want to have my TP. Colleen set it out. So once we hit that 50 level again, I'm putting my stop to my, well, I'm gonna put it under that wick, actually. So then I can take one contract off and just have like a 1.5 point stop. So that's like nothing. But I'm actually aiming for at least this level that we go to. And then we will hit that DP1 and that's the void. So we have a small void right here. So this is a a void is two candles that don't touch each other. And the market tends to fill those up, like same right here. This is a void. And the market tends to fill up the candle's body completely to the highs and then have a reaction off of it. So here's that 50 level that we can get. I'm up a half hour right here. So you have that 50 level. Now I want to see it push through. Take one off at this level. And my stop is coming to that low. This is my stop now. And I took one off. So my stop is moved to, I'll make it a bit bigger. And I took one off at that high. So my stop is actually the same as my first take profit. And the rest, I'll let it ride. It's just like it's 1 minute to open. So open can actually shift down and take everything out. I don't want to be part of that. I said that before we entered. If open comes and we hit that level, I'm gonna put my stop to entry. But yeah, it's under that wick. We will see what happens at open. Because we're still in a downtrend right now, so we didn't have the full shift yet. If we're lucky and we can take notes, I'm on break even, so I didn't make any profits, maybe 0.1 or something like that. For the rest, I'm just letting this ride out. We will see what happens. Patience is the key again for now. So here's open. Let's see if open gives us a nice boost to the upside. So now we can see that our hourly actually came back in that level. So we didn't sweep everything, we actually came back in. So that's a good sign actually that the market could continue back to the upside. I'll take my entry off for a second so that we actually can see what's on the chart. If you move your stops up, yes or no, that's up to you. You don't have to. You can just be patient until we have a full shift or we actually moved in that direction. I'm gonna get myself another drink. I will see in a few minutes what happens. Looks like the market is hitting my point of interest. So here's the biggest part of that trade. I'm gonna take one more off right here. I'm not gonna even wait for that TP1. Because this is a point of interest. If we take this shift, so this is that 780 level, so we could fully retrace right here. Again, I took one more off for anybody that didn't hear me say it. It was big. I'm gonna explain why too. So if we took this move down, look, this is that entry where we want to actually short off if the market continues to flush down. So this is POI. So this why this POI was here. That's between that 0.26 level and that 0.78 level. So we're now in between that level. What the market continues here, or it's gonna flush down immediately back to the lows. So this is why we took one more off right here. My stops. I'm in profit anyway. So if it comes back now, I'm in profit. This is a free trade now. On TP1, I'm taking one more off. Then I'm taking one hour profit, and the rest we will let it ride to the upside. I'm in with 6 contracts, so I can still take it. So it's a quiet stream today. Is everybody asleep, or everybody still having fun? Let me hear some noise. What are you guys up to for New Year's Eve? Anybody having some nice plans that he wants to share? I'll be right back. I need to charge my computer, or we have Houston will have something that doesn't like. Oh, no window or stream instead. Okay, this will be better for my computer. So we hit TP1 right now, or we're at TP1. So I'm taking another 3 contracts off, and I'm letting 2 ride. Another 2 contracts off, sorry. Only had like 3 left. So I left 1 contract open to see if we hit that full TP. So this is the last level. If you want to take full profit here, perfectly fine. So that was that 15 minutes movement. Look, this is that TP1. The reason why is this is that movement, and if the market stops, it stops right here. And look how clean that came into that void. Look, it tapped the full void right here, and then it's stopped a little bit. So what the market will shift and coolly take out the highs, or it will start shifting downwards right here. I'm in with 1 more contract, so my full TP is up here. I'll take 1 more at the last part. And if I'm lucky, we get some retracement and we can enter another contract or 2. But if you want to be done with it for the day, that's perfectly fine if you took full TP at that level. I'm on 0.7 right now. So not even a full hour because I took 2 partials a bit too low. Who's still watching? I'm at one in stream today. That's yesterday we were with 11 here. People are sleeping, I believe, today. Can you still hear me actually? I hope so. Otherwise, I'll be chatting all day against myself. That would be strange. I'm here. Hear you. Okay, great, Nicholas. Did you understand the documents that I shared? So anybody that that got my documents from yesterday about how I trade, if you didn't understand something, please let me know that I can adjust it to the questions that you have. If you don't have questions, that's also fine. But if you do, let me know too, so that I can make sure that we actually get something out of it together. I want to make it so perfectly fine for everybody to understand it, so that anybody can implement it without my need to be there. Again, for anybody that wants to have full TP right here, you're perfectly fine taking that. Nothing's, we don't need to go back all the way up to that high. There's no reason for it, but still, I love to see it. So we were ranging. So if we range, we probably go up to the highs. Again, the reason for that first TP is this was the first structure moving down after a break of structure. So we made our first break of structure right here. And if we take our fib tool of this movement, we came back to that 50 level on this wick. So that's perfectly fine. And then we made a new break of structure. So this high of this candle on a 15-minute base, that's your first TP. That can also be a full TP. That's up to you. The next TP that you then take is the next liquidity pool, and that would be this high. We have equal highs above us too, so we could as easy just move up to that part. Happy to hear that you took your first trade with me, Nicholas. That's a good end of the year for you. I'm happy. So tomorrow and the rest of the week, there is no streaming for me. It's holidays, so it's family time. I will recommend for anybody to do the same, that you have some family time, have some chill time, relaxed, and let the market do what it wants to do in that time of periods. We will come back afterwards and be fully present, fully recharged, and fully back into it for a full year. I will be here all of next year too. I will probably do, instead of 5 streams in a week, I'll probably do 4 or 3. It will depend on how much time I have laying beside after also educating people. I like trading live with you all. I always will be trading live with you, but not sure yet if it will be 5 days or 4 days. I will weigh it out what's possible actually. It will at least be um, 3 days will be at the minimum that I will do live. If it will be 4 or 5, that will be depending on how much time I actually have. But I believe that everybody fully understands that trading takes a lot sometimes out of you. So having time to breathe and having time also to take a break is very much needed also in trading. And that's not being less productive. That's actually being more productive because your focus will be a lot bigger in the times than when you are trading. You don't need to trade every day to make the maximum out of your profits. So we got one 5 minute for value gap. We got a second 5 minute for value gap right here. A third one. I'm gonna put my stop under that third one. So that means that we need to fall through three 5 minute for value gaps until my stop gets hit. So I don't see that happen if we continue to the upside. We do have two 15 minutes, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'm moving my stop up to this candle's wick, just above my entry. That's 25,696. And that's my last contract that I have left into it. This way the market wants to decide to continue that movement to the downside. We're in it, we're out of it. So this will only be the one trade that I take in this stream. We only have like 45 minutes left, so not probably will not be able to take another one. Again, the reason for this full trade was actually, look, we came back into this. So we had a break of structure right here to the upside. This was the retest of that break of structure. But actually, we needed to take out this high. So I wanted to actually see us take out that high. And we made a movement down. We came back up. And we didn't take out that high. So this was the first move down. After a move down, this is TP1. So we didn't take it out. We're falling further down actually. We took out the internal liquidity, and this is why we jumped into this. Also, that hourly showed the same movement on an hourly base. We made a break of structure, full candle movement to the upside. We came down into it, and now we made clean. We took clean liquidity, the sell side liquidity, and then we started shifting to the upside. And the stops are actually, my first stop was actually on that hourly slow. So if this for value gap would hold, that would be that stop. Same for that 15 minute, that would actually be the same. So if this for value gap hold, you could have put your stop here. I'm not sure that it would have hold that one. Yes, look, it would even hold it if you took it on a 15-minute base. So you took that stop right there. Even if you entered it here on this base and the market moved up, it came back. As long as we don't make a full break of structure from the stop again, we actually don't move our stops. That's in the document for everybody new in here. I'm a little bit more advanced. I'm teaching it, so I can do it a little bit different than anybody else here, but I would expect for everybody that's new on the strategy to start with the basics and don't make it too complicated in the beginning. Just start with learning what the structure is, what a retest is, entering the model, and then take your first TP at this high. Then second TP would be that high. That would be full TP actually. Done with it. Would have been a clean trade actually. So the reason why this would be that move. Now look how perfectly that came back under that 50 level. So this is the first 50 level. That could have been an entry. We could have even taken it on the last part. So if we have two for value gaps of 15 minutes, actually we had almost three. This one would not be accurate. So you're not allowed to take a trade from this level. The reason why, you need to be under fair value of price. That's that 0.5 level. We have a 0.62 level. Anything between this and that level would have been a great entry. And then you could have chosen to put your stop at the lows before the fair value gap. So always the wicks low before the fair value gap. If the fair value gap itself is wick is lower, you take that one. So say that this wick of this 15 minutes was a bit lower, you take that one. There is no changing that at all. You have to do it this way. If that structure should hold, we should never take out that low. But for now, we will see what happens. We're only 10, 15 minutes in open, and that was actually very happy with that movement from open. Didn't expect it immediately to move up. I actually expected it to move a little bit sideways before it moved up, but it gave us our first TP. So happy for the end of the year. We ended with a profit. So what was the reason for the first contract we took off? That partial or that TP1, Nicolas? The reason why I took this partial off also right here is we came into a point of interest. So the market can shift on two levels. So once we get here and we see this was a break of structure to the downside, and I'm actually trading the reversal. So I'm actually trading into that level. So that partial was actually between that 7, 8 level. If I move it a little bit to that side, you can see it better. So there was POI right here. And this level, there was, I'll take this one off a second. So right here, there was POI, and that's between that 7, 8 and that 62 level. And there is a huge possibility, if the market does not decide to go to that full TP, that it shifts its action right here. And then it starts moving fully back down. That's why I took that partial right here. Could we have a bit more patience until we hit that high? Yeah, of course. Oh, 0.85. So just these levels are so important once we trade into them. When the market decides here to flush fully back down or it decides to immediately to push to the upside. We were trading from a bigger time frame. So normally the bigger time frame goes above the 15 minutes. So I traded from the hourly instead of the 15 minutes. And but the market was a little bit choppy all day, so I do take my profits a little bit different. You will see that in level two, because this is a choppy market. So this is why I only took a half hour risk because I don't want to be in that choppiness. And I take my partials a little bit different when I'm actually trading onto a choppy market. If we are trading in a fully ranged market that actually shows expansion hugely, like it did here, yeah, then I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm not gonna take any partials in between. But if we don't and we are seeing the market is just doing this, yeah, the market could just as easy come back down. And I don't want to be, we don't want to be liquidity. We want to make sure that we actually have our TPs. So those were the multiple reasons why. First of all, POI right here, point of interest. We came in 7, 8 level. There was a small void here, so this is why that was at TP1. And this is the level where the market can change its hand. But the same is that 7, 8 level. It doesn't need to go back to that high. And now the market can come fully back down to this level and then continue up. Stop back on the screen. I hope that explained it. If not, well, just let me know. I'll try to do it again. I'll do it again. I'll try. We don't try, we just do. So I'm still in with one contract. So you can see we got rejected twice from this high now. So there is a possibility that the market just continues back to that low. And previous day low is actually pretty nearby. That's just here. Nonetheless, I'm just gonna let this last contract do its thing. If it hits the high, that's almost a half hour. Yeah, that's a bit more than a half hour that we can make on the last contract, so that's worth the risk. That would be a 1.2, then I get out of this trade. Oh, now I'm 0.7. Oh, that was just before open, Nicholas. I normally don't trade open. And this level was actually the 50 level. So if we take again that movement, that was just before open. And I was hitting that 50 level. So the market can do three things. If we are in the right direction, the market will continue. But first of all, here was 50 level. So that's fair value of price. The market can take its head from that level or in between those. And the 50 level was right here. And it was open, so the market could just shift left, take a tap, and flush back down. Because we had equal lows below, we have previous day lows still left being open. And I don't want to be open can do its thing, and I'm not always a fan of trading open. If I'm in a trade, I'll just make sure that I don't give anything to the market. If it comes down, I wanted to jump back into it back then. I just didn't want to be liquidity from open. Yeah, that's up to you. If you are okay and fine with opening to its thing and you all want to stay into it, I'm okay with that part. But sometimes opening does very strange things. And if you have been trading like I have long enough, you know that open can do, even London can do its thing. This was open, so those were the first 15 minutes. For the same, it moved down. First took out those equal lows right here and then moved up. That could have been just the same. If this last week should have taken out this one, I was gonna be sure that nothing was gonna happen. But because they were equal right here, opening could just have taken it out and then said, okay, I needed a little bit more liquidity, and mass does not do this. ES does not do at open those movements. I'll take ES for a second. Oh, look, ES even did take that. So this was a 15-minute. Look, ES took that low already, and then it started shifting up. So if it was this movement like this, I would not move my stop because the liquidity was taken one more time just before O, and then there is not so much left into it. But because it was equal, and Nasdaq can sometimes have those very nice, decent spikes like here, without any reason whatsoever. That's just Nasdaq. If you want to trade Nasdaq, you just have to be okay with that part, and that's why I take a little bit more cautious than when open comes. But for the beginning, I would recommend just let the trade play out for yourself. I know you followed along with me today, so I understand why you took partials because I said so. But after a while, you just let the trade do its thing. You're actually a good trader, so I played pre-org 3 times yesterday, once at NY Open. Did you make some nice profits, Arjun? I hope so. Thank you everybody for the thumbs up and being here present again. I'll take my journal for a second. In the meantime, I'll log this. So everybody that took an entry with me today and took a small partial or took a small profit, be done with it for today. One trade a day. If you take a profit, no more trading. That's the best option that you can actually do. Took a partial at 0.5 level, one more at POI, just below TP1, and took two more off. Okay, trades locked. We are today the 30th of December. We took a long. That time we entered was at least I'm here. That was 8:42. I'm still in this trade right now, so we will see what happens. Okay, time to take a screenshot off of this. So I do recommend if you take trades that you at least get a 2R out of it. So to that level, that was at least a 2R. If you would have added the full, that would definitely a good trade. Do look at that you don't have anything like 1.238 R for a trade. I do want to see you guys at least get the 2R out of each trade that you want to take. So that means even though that you don't have a win rate of 60%, you can actually have a win rate of 40% if you have if you have a 2 to 1 R. So make sure that you have this at least. So this month I made 11.6 and a zero point 0.7 for today, and we'll see if that adds a full. So that makes us total at 12.4, no, 12.3 or at least that we get on this month. All trades were done live, except the one yesterday, but I shared it in Discord actually at the same level when I entered the trade. So anybody that's not on my Discord, enter it. In the chat, you can find how to enter it. There's a free link into it. Just tap it and join. If I do take a trade outside the hours that I stream, it will be shared in there. I try not to make it a habit to stream or to take trades afterwards. Sometimes it happens. If I'm lucky, we see one, but most of the times I keep it just in stream. And that's also to let you know, guys, see that we don't need more than 2 hours screen time to be profitable with a strategy. It doesn't need more hours of screen to do anything. You just need to be constantly repeating the same process over and over again. Nice. Happy for you, man. 1.3 or you even gave more out of that than I did. So that's still my goal. Making better traders in the system, making sure that you guys make the money that you deserve to make. I need a lot of CEOs that can join the companies later. So if you're ever have this as a full-time activity and you're willing to step up your game plan and making sure that you can present yourself with a full locked journal like I have with anything into it, clean, honest, and showing what you can do. I will need a lot of folks that want to teach this to new students. And this will be in less than 2.5, 3 years, something like that. I have a very huge schedule coming up in the next 3 years. So join the Discord, join streams live, make sure that you log everything. If I feel that you're capable to do these things, you can make a lot more money than trading alone. So I'm just here to help people get a skill, and then after you got that skill, to let them evolve to something bigger than themselves. Once you have the money, you'll understand what I mean. I'm very happy for you, Nicolas. Your first trade together with me after a while. Happy for you too, Arjun. Nice to see that you made some nice profits. How can you play 3 times pre-orb? That you have to explain to me because I believe you only have like 2 opens at a day. Or did you do Asia too? So anybody that's new here and didn't join before, I start streaming in the morning session at Belgium time at 8 o'clock. So I'm an hour and a half in stream already. So anybody that ever wants to join my streams, 8:30, 8 o'clock Belgium time, or 1 hour at London time at 7. So UTC plus one at 8 o'clock, or just take it here and set it on Brussels time. It's never sending Belgium. It just takes the capital of Belgium. Happy to hear that, man. So if you have any friends that wants to join, they're always welcome. The more that you guys share my channel, the faster that we grow, the faster that we can get a huge community together. So I'm not aiming to only teach 100 people. I'm aiming to do it bigger than that. So, but the better you guys help with that, the easier it is for me to get those people into the Discord, to the community. I'm doing my best on my side. It's not easy, actually. I'm getting a YouTube channel to a decent level. I thought actually that was a lot easier the first time that I tried this. Oh yeah, see, that's what I thought. Still, profit is a profit. Yeah, the reason was it was a half hour because there was equal lows below, and it was ranging, was choppy for 8 hours. So there is a few reasons. On level two, you will see, you will get those infos why I do certain decreases of. So this would be a B setup instead of an A setup. That's why we take a half hour. And this is the reason why you have been inside. I'll take everything off for a second. So this is the biggest reason why we took off for. That's one, two, three, four. That's 5 times 4 hours now. That's just been sitting here. And this is not something you want to be seeing when you want to risk a full R in a trade. These were just inside candles every time. So, but that part you already know probably. So again, appreciate for everybody that's joined the stream, that actually gave me a thumbs up. It helps a lot with the channel. Especially yesterday, I got three new subscribers. So I was very happy to see that the stream still do its thing and that we still find new people. I'm gonna get myself one more drink. If you have any questions, it's a good time to ask. I'll be online for another 15 minutes, something like that, and then I'll end the stream. So it's a good time to ask some questions if you want to. We'll leave 10 o'clock will definitely give or a nice boost up, or we will just get a rejection. In the next 13 minutes, we will see what happens. And if you should have traded this from an hourly, say that you did take this on an hourly, actually, uh, this candle's body would be then your TP1. Again, the same like we took it here, that would be then that TP1 again. Not the strongest market, but definitely doable. We got about 32 points, so that's not actually huge power behind the charts today. But again, it's holidays, guys. So people, the banks are actually taking a break too. You can actually see it right here. There is almost no big movements. We did had a nice spike, but not actually to say that we had a huge move like otherwise. Like I'm gonna count. So this is a 150 point, a bit more. Didn't count completely. So this is a 160 point day. 160 point day is actually nothing. We actually have huge, big, way bigger days than that. Sometimes the orb alone is like 160 points. So on NY session, and here we only had like a move from 160 points for the full day. So this is why holidays are the same for them like we have. And that's why we try not to trade extensively in those moments. So we try to do actually less. It gives us break time, so that's good. It gives us time to recharge, that's even better. And it keeps us consistent. So when the banks are closed, I recommend for everybody to not trade at all. Just because there is no volatility. We do have some moves. We can jump in, of course, but I recommend not to do it. Just it's easier when they are open. They push the market in the direction where the market wants to go. We can just follow along with that movement, of course. For me, the aim or it aiming right now is actually for me that buy side liquidity. I believe we will hit. But I'll keep my full TP right here. I'm not gonna force anything higher than that. I'll be happy. That's a 1.3 added to my monthly then instead of the 0.7. Okay. Thank you for giving that answer, Nicholas. I'm also gonna make a little bit smaller one afterwards, if that one is okay and everybody understands it. I'm gonna make a smaller one with just one page, where to take TPs and where to put stops, so that you actually have one that you can read through as a plan, so daily reading documents, and then one afterwards that you can lay beside you at the trading desk. So you don't have to go over every page to make sure that you understand it. Just that you have some easy rules to follow laying beside you. That makes it easier. Well, first, I'll make level 2 and 3. Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, this document is actually, if you can share it to anybody, that anybody should be able to trade it. That's why I made this document. So I want to be the one that does it differently than most of them. So I do want to be the trader that always wants to teach people to grow. But after a while, I'll actually be more proud of myself if anybody can do it without me. That's the main goal. So we got about 9 more minutes, and then I'll end the stream. That will be the last one for this year. So I wish everybody a very happy, a very happy New Year already. I know it's about 2 days before, but I will not be streaming in those 2 days. I wish everybody a very healthy year, coming year, and I'm wishing you all the best trade year to come to. Let every wish that you have may come true, so that you actually can get what you want in life. So we got 2 more minutes in this hourly candle. Let's take a look how it looks. So you can see we're back in our range. So if we draw a rectangle around this level, you can also see that we were ranging. So all those parts were the reason why I don't need to go over risk. It's still on the screen even. It's very different. It's different trading once we do this, or once you see something like this. This is an extended move, continuing the same direction. And this is just sideways movements. Thank you, appreciate it. And I will definitely have a great year. It ended with a good, so it will start with good. Let's see if we get the last push in the next 6 minutes. If we come back to that TP1, my stop is here right now. I'll move my stop up. If it comes back, no, no, it was like the same if I took full TP. Because we can definitely come back down, tap this 15-minute gap, and then continue to the highs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, wait, wait. So, als Luke says hello for the last time of the year. He will be present next year again too. Won't you, my boy? Yes. Okay. Happy for you too. He's the best mascot in here. He is always happy. So make sure that you want to know where you want to be next year. Set some goals. Set also a deadline to them that you make them, and set small steps how to get to them so that you don't do anything rushed and you actually have very clear, easy settings. So again, I wish you all a very great year. Have a nice family time in next coming days. Enjoy it. Don't watch the charts. It's no need for in the next coming 2 days. Let go of them. We will be blah, 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 blah. We will be back on the 5th of January. Will be my first trading day of the next year. And I'm very grateful that you all were here today again, like always. So enjoy the rest of the day. And I also would say, anybody took some profits with me today, get off the charts, have some fun, and do something else. That's what trading also about. Enjoy the rest of your day.